Wild card weekend is here. The very best game on the schedule is Seahawks and Redskins. I'm going to break down the game for you position by position as a completely unbiased Seahawks fan. First up, quarterback. You got the two best rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. Sorry, Andrew Luck, let me know when you complete 50% of your passes in a game. Russell Wilson and Robert Griffin III, both highly mobile, very accurate passers. Obviously, RG3 is going to be the consensus rookie of the year. Russell Wilson, great season. You just can't touch RG3. Even with the sprained knee he got in week 14, I like RG3 at 90% better than Russell Wilson. Give that one to the Redskins. At running back, Alfred and Marshawn Lynch were the second and third best running backs in the NFL this year by yardage after Adrian Peterson. Morris had slightly more yardage. Lynch had a slightly better yards per carry. I'm going to give a slight edge to Lynch here because it's the playoffs. And as we all know, 2 years ago, Marshawn Lynch destroyed the Saints and the entire city of New Orleans with his beast mode run. So sad. We're really going to miss New Orleans. Wide receiver isn't the biggest strength for either of the teams. Pierre Garçon is probably better than either Sidney Rice or Golden Tate. However, as a core, I think the Seahawks receivers offer a little bit more of an advantage. They're going to be getting open a little bit more than the Redskins receivers. Give that one to the Seahawks. Offensive lines for both teams are very similar. They both run zone blocking schemes that makes them some of the best running games in the NFL. Both teams have a strength at left tackle and center, and a weak link at right tackle. For the Seahawks, it's Giacomini. For the Redskins, Columbus. Kind of a wash. I'm going to give this one to the Redskins because they're the best running team in the NFL. Stats don't lie, except when they do. Defensive lines for both teams are also kind of similar. Both teams are good at occupying blockers, but lack big names. Both teams finished with 33 sacks on the year, so similar play. Give a slight edge to the Seahawks here because Chris Clemons or Bruce Irvin are more likely to have an impact on the game. In the secondary for the Seahawks, big advantage for them. Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor, two of the biggest, hardest hitting safeties in the game. At cornerback, Richard Sherman and Brandon Browner shut down opposing wide receivers. During Brandon Browner's recent suspension, rookie Jeremy Lane and Marcus Trufant stepped up. For the Redskins, D'Angelo Hall probably wouldn't even play in the Seahawks dime package. Give that one to the Seahawks. Over on the sidelines, you got two accomplished coaches in Mike Shanahan and Pete Carroll. Mike Shanahan's resume obviously has 2 Super Bowl wins, but I think what's most telling is that Mike Shanahan changed his philosophy and his play calling in order to fit RG3's game before the season, whereas Pete Carroll actually had to adopt some of Shanahan's philosophy to make Russell Wilson a success. So we have a slight edge to the Redskins there. So prediction time. I see Alfred Morris having a big rushing day. The Seahawks are susceptible to excellent running backs. This year they gave up big games to C.J. Spiller, Adrian Peterson, Frank Gore. So I think Alfred Morris is going to run for a bunch. However, I think the biggest difference here is going to come from the Seahawks secondary. Their ability to play man coverage will allow them to put 8 in the box, shut down the Redskins running game a couple times. Their great corners are going to stop some 3rd and longs, and that's going to be the difference in the game. I see Seahawks 27, Redskins 20. What do you think? Am I totally crazy? Am I a blatant Seattle homer? Let me know in the comments. Enjoy the game, everybody.